Welcome class. Today we'll be going through the first 3 levels. Level 0 was discovered on May 2019. It is a threat class of 1. If you recall, that means it is safe, unstable, and devoid of entities. Level 0 of the backrooms is also known as the lobby. It is the first level of the backrooms. It is one of the first levels most people can no-clip in, and the most common to do so. Level 0 looks like an expansive retail outlet with yellow walls and moist carpet. Its lights make a buzzing that is known to be quite irritating and even sometimes enraging. It can cause migraines and dizziness. The most dangerous thing in this level is the lack of supplies, which is why you are supplied with food and almond water before you leave. The reason it is unstable is due to the fact that its geometry is what's called non-Euclidean. This means that it's not linear. It's possible to walk in a straight line and end up at the start of where you were. Its geometry can cause mental issues and has been known to cause intense visual and auditory hallucinations. Some rare cases reported wanderers descending into insanity, so grounding yourself is important. There is a small crawl space under the drop ceiling of level 0. However, it is unnavigable due to the sheer amount of dust that makes it unbreathable. There is something in level 0 that is called the Manila Room. It is distinct from the rest of the level, while sharing features of level 0 like moist carpeting and loud fluorescent lighting. It has a manila pattern dotting its walls instead of the bright yellow from the rest of the level. This is known to cause a calming effect. There is a single overhead light which is significantly taller than the rest of the level, causing an orange tint. It is possible for it to appear anywhere throughout level 0, serving as a resting point for wanderers. It also has a few exit points from level 0, as remaining in it for a long period of time have been reported to lead to either level 1 or level 2. Being near the room may cause dulling of the senses, making most individuals wander into it unintentionally. However, it can also cause hallucinations and blackouts, along with hearing quiet whispering noises emanating from behind the walls. Level 0 has no entities due to a certain phenomenon affecting it. It is thought to be impossible to find another wanderer. The phenomenon affecting it is considered as Phenomenon 15, alone. To go over it shortly, it is a curious phenomenon that affects selected levels permanently. It can create a copy for each wanderer that enters and isolates them. This also makes it so wanderers are unable to interact with others within the level, which may possibly affect them mentally. This means for the first level, you will need to traverse it alone. As of the current date, there are 5 properly documented exits, which are wandering further and long enough, which may cause hallways to transition into level 1's garages, breaking through a wall, which may lead into -1, which is not suggested, breaking through the floor, which may lead one to level 27, seldom the void, which is not suggested, entering a rare emergency exit, which may lead one to level 14, and a glass sliding door resemblance of those within a greenhouse, which leads to level 13. However, due to how our class will enter the back of the rooms, we will only be wandering far enough into level 1. Any students found trying to use the other exits will be reported to Base Alpha's authorities. Another thing to note is that the fluid saturating the carpet has been unsafe for consumption. However, due to the fact that we have gone over this in tools, you should know not to try to drink any unknown liquid. Level 1, the parking zone. This level is also a threat level 1. However, it is safe, stable, and has minimal entities. Level 1 is the second level of the backrooms and is one of the levels that wanderers can no-clip in from the front rooms, aka reality. Level 1 resembles a parking garage with concrete pillars, fluorescent lights, and stairwells present regularly. The presence of cars is minimal, with cars roughly 5 to every 100 kilometers squared at a time. The cars are unbranded with no license plate and are typically colored red, blue, white, or black. The cars are unusable but can be mined, which Meg has done for armor and weapons. Puddles on the floor made of almond water will evaporate into fog, causing low visibility. The fog and puddles seem to linger permanently, however it is a consistent source of energy which helps many groups to survive, and many wanderers join or form groups here to ensure survival. It is important to remember to stay in light as much as you can to avoid or limit entity counters. Dangers that can occur include blackouts. Blackouts are exactly as their name suggests. It can be blackout from minutes to whole days. Luckily, the whole level will not be dark and there will be some light areas. In the dark areas, it is advised to carry a flashlight at all times to scare away entities. Another danger is exposed rebar. Be aware of where you are walking to prevent injury from sharp metal that can give you tetanus due to thick rust. The temperature is quite high, sitting at 30 to 35 Celsius or 86 to 95 degrees Fahrenheit, but it can drop significantly in foggy areas. This level is the same size as level 0 and possesses non-Euclidean properties. If you recall, that means this level can shift and warp and not follow the laws of physics. Sometimes a wanderer can come across a crate full of supplies. These can be filled with anything from almond water, canned food, weapons, and other useful items. However, these can also be filled with liquid pain, though the reason is unknown. Lastly, there are special areas within level 1. The unique areas are maintenance halls. Maintenance halls are found behind black metallic doors within main sections. These, unlike the usual gray concrete halls, are white. You will be able to find objects like plywood, toolboxes, and even tables. Pure entities tend to reside in these. They also contain items that could be dangerous, like exposed wiring, faulty pipes, and power boxes. Though these power boxes have electricity, they do not supply electricity to the level and seem to have no real purpose. It is recommended not to shelter in any of these halls for extended time, but they may stay in the event of a blackout, as the power supplied is unaffected by blackouts. The next unique area found are luxury lots. These are large, empty spaces filled with dense fogs. Pipes, electrical outlets, and electrical boxes are all common to come across in luxury lots, though it is important to note that these either lack electricity or are incredibly faulty. Even in the cases where they are powered by electricity, the exact source of these devices is unknown. The voltage can be extremely high, so it is important to handle these with care. These lots are empty and can be accessed by ascending stairs found on various stores below. The notable difference compared to the main area is the brighter color scheme and enhanced cleanliness. They are a popular place for groups to set up base, and wanderers should take caution to ensure they do not encounter a hostile group. However, luxury lots experience power outages as well, though they are usually resolved within an hour. Though they also have the potential to be a nest of various entities, so it is advised to use caution. They also have an increased frequency of supply crates. Entities. The entities that are here are facelings, a creature that resemble a lanky humanoid without a face. Clumps, which are massive clumps of randomized human limbs. Hounds, which are humanoids that are in the shape of a dog. Dullers. These are large, dark humanoids with no features, but they can traverse in the dark and cause hallucinations. And death moths, which are massive, acid-spitting moths. Only the females are dangerous. There are 2 level exclusive entities. False puddles. These disguise themselves as almond water puddles, but beneath the surface is a pit filled with sharp teeth. If you find one, it is recommended that you pour liquid paint into the puddle. Another way is to throw a sharp item into the mouth to trick them into snapping shut. Luckily, it is challenging to find one considering they are quite rare. Paintings. Just like in the rules, how we went over being careful with windows, another mimic can be paintings. These poorly made paintings and drawings on the walls of the warehouse. Some have elegant canvas frames, like the one shown here, and others are just pieces of papers with string. These paintings can rarely be found on the floor, on the ceiling, usually possessing ladders or ropes for accessibility. These are to be avoided. These entities can reach out of their illustrations and drag any nearby wanderer into the painting. When it happens after is unknown, but it is assumed they share patterns with predatory windows. There's also a possibility of the wanderer being presented in the drawing itself, as several of them show humanoids in distress who are unresponsive, unlike the predatory versions. Outposts and colonies. There are many groups here, however, the major ones will be listed below. Backrooms Colonist Base Blink. Owned by Backrooms Colonist, open to trade, population 30 to 60, interact with friendly groups. The raiders have fallen. Do not mourn. Cultus Sancti. 50 members. Illuminated the raiders to appease the Holy One. Sacrificial. Hostile to non-cult members. Meg Base First Light. 60 members. Guide members to safe areas. Trade. First Light is where you're going to go when you first arrive. If you arrive in level 0, make sure to get to level 1 and get to this base as swiftly as possible to ensure safeties. Entrances and exits. Entrances. Opening doors in many levels have a small chance. Able to enter this level from level 0 by walking up a flight of stairs. Unstable flooring of level 13 indicated by odd textures may lead wanderers if they no-clip through it. And previously stated, they can no-clip from the front rooms. Exits. Do not attempt to exit without your designated team or buddy, which will be assigned by your base leader. Continuing through the halls can lead to level 2. An unlocked door may lead to level 2. The hub can be accessed by walking up 2 flights of stairs and immediately walking back down. Wanderers will be met with a split passage. They are to take the left hallway, then proceed to the right one. After doing so, they will come across a door labeled A and will label B. Walk into the B door, then the A on the other side. No clipping through the walls that have outlets may lead to level 188. Backrooms level 2. Pipe dreams. Danger index 2. Unsafe, stable, low entity count. The last known level that you can no-clip into from reality. It is connected utility tunnels, maintenance, and resting pipes. This level is Euclidean geometry. Its layout, however, reportedly becomes more complex the further you travel into it. Fortunately, however, there have been no reports of entities lurking in further areas due to heat and extreme humidity. The supply is heavily limited in level 2 despite the number of water pipes in the level. In various areas of the level, rust, bacteria, and other pathogens overwhelm the insides that may contain almond water. Unknown diseases, mutated bacteria, and viruses have been detected within networks of pipes. Earthquakes occur frequently in this level. They can demolish parts of this level and render them inaccessible. although most do not have enough intensity to inflict severe damage on the level structure. The level's temperature differs between where one is at. Independent areas can rise 60 to 100 Celsius, 140 to 212 Fahrenheit. In the colder temperatures, snow can also form in certain months. Instances of changing layouts is also common, but the anomaly has yet to be captured by a video camera. While at times you can meet another wanderer, encounters have never been confirmed. Communication devices like radios and walkie-talkies malfunction. There are no doors, and recollections of similar fixtures like windows, trapdoors, or scuttle doors. Entities: clumps, windows, and hounds, along with smilers. These hostile creatures, characterized by glowing white smiles on black, dark bodies. Skin stealers, large humanoid entities that can wear the skin of their victims as a disguise. However, their blood is translucent, which is a good way to spot the difference. There are also biological pipelines, pipes that consist of digestive tracts. Going through these organic pipelines is often necessary, though fortunately will rarely lead to death, as the process of digestion occurs if things are consumed and do not move after a few hours. Colonies. No large bases have been created. Entrances. Reality. From walking far enough into level 2. Vents from level 8. Manhole covered in level 11. No clipping into pipes in level 17. Bunkers in level 41. Green door on level 111. Fire exit from level 154. No clipping through a painting that looks like level 2 in level 264. Door on level -1, or lobby of -115. Exits. Certain tacks to sublevels. Fire exit to level 1, 3, or 477. Certain halls lead to level 4 or 27, and neon lights signal the exit to 699. That will be all for today, and I hope you have a good rest of your day.